Don't mind me. It's Friday, and I wanted to do a few talks, get some stuff out. But I also want to do this talk with the parents. Friday, time for us to kick up, relax in a sense, grab a pizza, and listen to Uncle Smelly Old Joe. Welcome to BMT2 Unfiltered. This is Joe, usually where we talk about the latest topics, views, and things that go on in our home, community, and things that concern us as a people. I saw this post earlier today, and it was something that I wanted to go over. Because as I read the post, it wasn't so much in what was just in the post, but the comments that came along with the post. So much so that I named the post, and I named the topic, but I wanted to make sure I got this correctly. My child told me I scarred him or her. What do I do now? Parent Talk 101. I think this is a pretty important talk that we need to have as parents, that we need to actually start speaking amongst each other, that we actually need to start actually discussing and actually start getting to the bottom of. I know some of us came up or we look or listen to different things going on that, well, they're just a child. Why are you listening to them? They're just a kid. And I'm not going to lie. I used to think like that. I still do at some point. I still have those type of train of thought because you see throughout society, you think that, oh, the child does not run the home. And that is so much true, that the parent should be in charge of the home. But if you are the king and queen of your castle, you should be listening to the people that's inside your castle. That includes your children. What are you talking about, Joe? I remember at a young age that I was growing up in a household with my mom. My mom played mother and father, the best of her abilities. And I can honestly tell you that from there, she would always tell us, if we got in trouble, I'm going to have to kill you. She did her best, whatever she felt necessary, into how she thought would be best way to get our attention or discipline us or to keep us in line. And some of those methods were very questionable, very harmful. And I mean, I understand that some of y'all may say, well, this is my child. I will do what I feel like I need to do. And so far, I would ask you, how is that going? Now, of course, you're going to say, well, it's my kid. I know how it's going. I got them squared away. I got them in school. They're going to the best schools and stuff like that. But then ask yourself, does your child actually think highly of you? I mean, yeah, that's mama. They're going to vote for you. They're going to say, hey, mama, you did the best you can. But honestly, if you honestly had somebody looking on the outside that didn't know y'all, what would they think of the dynamic between you and your child? How would they see y'all? I can tell you right now that I literally had my 4 kids sit down with me at a couch, and yeah, I brushed them aside and said, man, listen, I'm your daddy. It ain't my job to be your friend. That is true. But also in the same instant, I also understood that I was also destroying them internally. Something that we need to understand as parents is that when you cannot have a logical conversation, what's going on, Anti? When you cannot have a logical talk with your child on the strain of being a parent, letting them know that I have to make tough decisions for you so that way you do not end up hurt. This is the reason why the father has to be stern with the son, but also show him that, listen, it's okay. Let me show you discipline. We don't always have to beat our children. This is something that's very common in the Black household. In most minority households, beating, verbal abuse, talking down on, belittling of self-esteem, pressure, peer pressure among the siblings, favoritism, colorism. These are things that happen in the household, so much so that we overlook them because we're part of that system that we've been brought up on. We don't even see it. I would almost want to ask you that if you honestly were to have your child write out a paper of everything that they hate, and would you know that they're talking about you? I know quite a few young men that when they leave the home, they honestly do not think highly so much. They say, man, my mom was crazy. She'd be punching me all up in my face and doing X, Y, and Z. And I never approved of that. I know some girls who say, yo, my daddy, he went and walked out on my mama. You know what I'm saying? I had to been taking care of myself and my baby brothers all this time. My mom was always out there working and doing X, Y, and Z and trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I was stuck playing mama. How many parents told their child that I need help? You're my king, you're my queen. I need you to step up. And no, 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 no. You see, what's going on is the child now is getting a very different opinion of the household. This is why we see a lot of children nowadays say they don't want to get married. I mean, let's be for real. Honestly, you notice you see a lot of young men, though that they're growing up with a single mother in the household. You would think that a lot of them would want to marry a black woman after seeing her run a household. Got a drink to that? But sadly, they don't. You would think that with a lot of black women, the way that they see that her mama was abused, treated, that they would be able to choose a man not like the one that mama chose. But I can tell you right now, the psycho regurgitated abuse continues. Because we don't sit down and actually talk with our child and listen to them. And if you don't listen to them, who does? Who actually entertains them? Who channels into their mind and actually takes that energy that you needed to actually have positively released and use it for something else? I see boys running the street because their mom didn't catch them and notice that, hey, I understand that I'm hard because I'm having to play mama and daddy, but listen, I don't want you to be like me. How many daddies or how many young girls are out there doing foolishness? And then they'll look around like, I don't get it. Is it me? Like, why is it I keep on attracting these bad boys that keep on fucking me up? Because they never understood the love of a father or of a man in the home with a woman. And y'all can say whatever it is, oh, that's bullshit. I mean, I didn't need that. Well, that's on you, nigga. That's on you. But I'm trying to explain to y'all because a lot of y'all ain't going to catch it. This is why the family dynamic home in a lot of minorities is so important. This is why you see a lot of Hispanic fathers sit down with their daughters and have them dress a certain type of way on Sunday. I mean, I seen them during at the mall. I've seen them on going to Walmart. Their daughters are dressed up. They make sure that they push for a family day. We need for y'all to check in. Tell me, what's your mental status? Where are you at right now? This is why a lot of black families we've been missing out on. Don't worry, the white people got it too. A lot of people got it. But see, we need to start as parents, start sitting down and talking with our kids. Hey, what's going on? And I understand they don't want to open up to you, but you need to start building some type of mental audio of a report. I'm going to say a mental audio report. Let's make it like that. Because honestly, I like to talk to my kids, say, hey, how's school? How did you feel? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best when it comes to feelings and listening to them. But see, if I know that my child has a problem getting up or doing what they need to do, I need to go take certain type of instructive criticism that I was going to use on them and actually put it to work for me and them. So that way they can see me doing it alongside with them. You see, whenever you hear these success stories about these parents that push their child to some type of form of success, see, what you're kind of overlooking is one, the parent is on ground level with the child. They go out early in the morning to go work out. Guess where the child's at? Out there in that truck early in the morning, going to go work out. If they got to go to the studio, they make sure that the child is where they need to be, how they need to be, not messing with people that they don't need to be around. You have to stay on your child and say, listen, I'm here, but you need to talk to me. What's going on? Do not brush aside your children, people. Stop dismissing their feelings, because when you dismiss it, somebody else is going to give them that type of energy. Somebody's going to give them that type of time. And see, we don't want to wait till it's too late where your kids start doing drugs, drinking, alcohol, getting into fights that we can't afford. We can't. We need to be very open about this. I understand, mothers, that when your sons might want to come to you and speak to you about some type of situation, you can't just dismiss them and say, listen, I'm your mother. Don't talk back to me. That's how my mom was. I told my mom, I said, Mom, I don't appreciate all these guys coming in the household. She took it as I was disrespecting her because she had a boyfriend. And when she dumped him a few months later, she had another boy. I said, Mom, you don't need these guys. Not trying to throw no slang on my mom, but my mom was married now. But I said, Mom, you don't need to talk to these men. She took it that I'm being disrespectful in her household. Who am I to check her? I'm saying, Mom, I'm not checking you, but as your child, I'm concerned. And me saying that, that's hurting me because you're my mother and I have to watch you destroy yourself. Because you don't need these men. And the same thing goes for a lot of these girls when they see their daddy and you think that you're some kind of player or pimp. Your daughter's looking at you like, shit, daddy don't think much of these men. I mean, of these women. So, you know what? I don't give a fuck about men. Because my daddy didn't give a fuck about no woman that represents me. Why should I give a fuck about these dudes? This is why I don't understand when a lot of you do say, I'm going to teach my daughter the game. Make sure you understand, you tell her every dirty trick that you done did. Because best believe, nigga, she's going to go find a man who's just like you. She's going to go find a man that's just like you. And if you like explaining the game, she's going to play the game. And there's nothing worse than a woman or a female who tries to play the game like a man. It's a pretty dangerous, unsettling type of thing. We need to understand that when we dismiss what our children are saying or how they feel about certain type of situation, topics, religion, beliefs, sexuality, we need to listen and keep our ear to the ground, because when we push them aside, see, what does that entail about us as a people? I'm not saying that you got to go along with it, but you need to listen and actually start trying to problem solve it. That's the part of being a parent. We need to start listening to what's going on with our children. How can we identify with it? Stop giving them names that doggone nobody can barely pronounce, but we all have to try to figure out how to make it out and fake it out. Listen, that's not culture. Stop telling your children that, listen, you're my king, you're my queen, you know what, my child just bad. Do you not understand you're putting that type of mentality of poison in their child mind that, hey, I condone all the bad behavior that you do because I'm still mama. No father is going to tell his son, man, my son's bad. He's not going to say that. That father's going to correct that boy right there on the spot. Because he understands that, listen, son, if they don't mind putting me down, what does that say about you? You are a part of me. Listen, baby, I know you can think you can try to do like your brother, but you don't need to be out there in the street, because once you get a bad thing, once something bad happens to you or some kind of man puts his hands on you, I need to understand, man. It's up to us as parents. We need to start talking to our children, start figuring them out. Listen, take them to some type of counseling or sit down with them and say, listen, let's talk under the stars and let's figure out where can we improve on some of these things. Where can we start to talk to each other and build each other up? But see, we're so far gone as people that we disfranchise our children. And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, in my day, see, back then in that day, you had to go get your ass whooped. And if the woman got her ass beat and the child saw that, the child cannot really say anything to daddy because he said that's socially acceptable. And back in the day, your woman were to doggone call the police on you, the child would see that. Y'all understand? Y'all don't know how much self-inflicted pain that children that watch go on in the household, and then when they grow up, they think that's the normal. That's okay. Mama hit daddy. Mama threatens to kill daddy or hurt baby. Y'all don't see the kind of abuse going on. Sometimes y'all bring y'all BS from whatever y'all got going at home. I mean, at the job or with a family member or with a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Y'all take it out on that child. You late for work, nigga, but yet you're gonna pull it on that kid and say, "Yo, get your ass up for school. Hurry up, boy." And Mama, why'd you do that? Would you like it if I come wake you up like that? Now, if there's a problem with me getting up, then I need to wake up earlier. I understand. I have to accept that. But if a child literally is having that type of issue, we need to find other types of instructive ways to deal with them. My child got in trouble in school yesterday. I told y'all that in another show. I put him on punishment. I didn't beat him. I put him on punishment. I made him read. I made him start to write. I made him start to work and articulate his mind. But as he was doing that, I was speaking to him. I was speaking life into him and actually trying to rebuild him up. And as I did that, I understood that there has to be a better way, and there is one. But it can't be quick where I start to attack my son. I used to come at my daughter, but I said, by me coming at her and coming at underchopping her, I set her back. And you see, that's something that we got to own up on, people. We need to really stop attacking our children. We need to start speaking to them. I know some of y'all may say, well, I don't attack my child. There's different ways you can do it. Some of us have had our parents or people that we love talk down on us. Some of us have had where society has said something, and when we try to address them, we dismiss them. But when you dismiss your child, the world will honestly stand at attention for your child, and your child say, I love that energy. This is why a lot of children nowadays are going to the streets for love. I know some of y'all gonna say, well, not my child. But see, if your child would have come to you and say, Mom or Daddy, I didn't approve of what you were saying or doing, how do you take to that? Do you check them or do you say, hey, what happened? That doesn't make you any less of a parent, because I got 4 babies of my own and I don't feel any less of a parent. But see, I want to understand from your point of view, what are you saying about me that I'm doing to you? See, that's the problem with us that we got going on, especially in our household. Especially as Black parents, I'm speaking for us. I can speak for my household. I used to disembark my kids and what they had to say to me. Daddy, I don't appreciate you cursing. I don't give a fuck. Daddy, I don't appreciate the way you be raising your voice. Okay, this is my damn house. I would say those things in retaliation, not considering that they are people too. They are me. And by me talking down on them or trying to disembar what they said, I never paid attention to the pain that I inflicted upon them. See, I got to be real with y'all. Plenty of times as parents, we push aside what our kids feel. But see, then you wonder why, oh man, why are my kids acting out like that? Why are you getting to school like that? Did I not give you the best of everything? Yeah, you gave me the best of everything. And I'm not saying you didn't. But see, you didn't give me a listening ear. You didn't want to talk to me when I actually wanted to open up. And you see, that's one thing that's very hard, especially for young Black boys. Black boys hold back a lot of emotion and pain. And when they do want to release it, they always, most of the time, get shut down. I got to keep it for real. This is why a lot of Black boys run out to the streets. Y'all ever seen the movie Pinocchio? Where they had that island where the boys would go out there and act a fool and do all kinds of stuff and say, we can do whatever we want because no adults care. They don't listen to us. Now imagine that for a black boy when he says, listen, I want to reach out to you, mama, and talk to you. Daddy, I want to actually figure out like how to deal with this kind of issue, but you're too damn busy to want to listen to me. And I'm not telling you as a parent that you got to sacrifice your stability and your mental aptitude for dealing with your child. I'm not telling you to give that up. I'm not telling you to throw away common sense. But I'm saying, damn it. At some point, you got to listen to that guy. When do you want to listen to him? When he's in front of the judge? When he's giving that energy and time that you think that you deserve to another person? Or is it when he says, can I talk to you? Let me get to know you, Dad. I've had my children love hearing my stories about my life. They love learning. They want to better themselves. They want to know from Daddy, how can I be a better person? And I said, just sit down with me and I will tell you everything I know. Black people, listen to your children. You don't have to dismiss them. I ain't saying that you got to take in everything they say, but you need to just be patient. Talk with them. Figure them out. But understand, one day you're going to be old and they're going to be adult. So you need to figure this out. All right, guys, this is Joe from Black Male Talk. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you. Take care. Peace.